Hello, we're in Amherst, Massachusetts. We're in the South Cemetery. The South Amherst is a distinct village within Amherst that grew up and made a very nice neighborhood for people. Now you need a cemetery, and this is it. The tour that I gave in the year 2024 is starting at the Commons and coming to the cemetery. So we're going to do that backwards. That's okay. The cemetery is the main focus for a lot of my work. So we're going to sweep through the cemetery a few times and then go out to the Commons and go on some of the streets. Now, of course, we're going to have stops outside, so look for those too. And you'll get to see the founder of this cemetery. You'll get to see in here a very important family, because a lot of the Commons had a couple important families that stayed around a long time. And then when we go to the Commons, you get to see the church. You always need a church in a village. And you get to see some important homes. A couple of them had a post office and a tavern. Now, in this cemetery, as you go towards the west, you go into the modern section very quickly. So the old section on all the roads is towards the east, and the modern is towards the west, always. Now the road is very tough through the cemetery. And you get to see again the moderns, like I told you, and then very quickly it goes into, in the upper part, they're very old. And it's a small to medium-sized cemetery. A lot of the founders of the village, but it also has a lot of people that are now in other parts of South Amherst, because South Amherst is not visible from the Commons how big it got, but a lot of other places around got to a larger size also. And so a lot of people are buried here that might have lived only 2 miles away. Okay, and then the last crossroad. And now here you get to see the very old. So the very ancient cemeteries, stones, are in the south east corner, and you get to see them on both sides here. They do need to be cleaned off. The founder of the cemetery is towards our left-hand side, so we'll stop there along the way because it's so important to see that. That happens to be the David Moody family. There's a zinc stone within here. There's also the Dickinson family, which is the biggest name of all the family names on the common. Now you notice all the stones are pointing towards the east like they should. I'm sorry, they're pointing towards the east like they shouldn't. They should point towards the west, so someone came through and changed all the stones around. Now what do you see on your left, right hand side? You see a Holden tomb. It's probably matches the one that's in the West Cemetery. That one's from 1852. This one was probably put in around the same time. So bodies that need to be stored during the winter would have been put here. There is no Holden stone tomb inside of North Amherst Cemetery, but they probably used the one in the West Cemetery. as you can see on your left hand side, it's a very old house here in the colonial style. That's one of the 2 Dickinson homes around this area. And as you go around this commons, you'll see another Dickinson home, and then you'll see the South Congregational Church in front of you, having their 200th birthday this year. You all see the Munson Library. We just swept around that. And you get to see another one of the Dickinson homes in front of you. That was Jonathan Dickinson, one of the first founders of South Amherst. And then you get to see the center median of the commons. And a couple more things to show you. Right in front of us is the former town farm and town barn. Paupers would live in there and farm in there on that land, and the town would let them keep the food that they farmed. Now in front of us is the second of the South Amherst schools. It was put in place, I think, year 1900. It's not the first. The first was right on the road, and that's long gone, but it was in the same place. It was on the same lawn. And you get to see the second. And there's a house in back that's very old, from about 1810. So there's a lot of beautiful things around here. And so I hope you join me on my tour of this area. So thank you.